hello there, and happy Wednesday. So, today, I know you guys can't see me, and people have been, I made a commentary, I think, like maybe a couple of weeks ago, talking about the World League. To be honest, it's just because my camera was messing up, and I wanted to make a commentary, and so on and so forth. People didn't get mad, but they were like, you should probably keep your face in it, because your voice is absolutely terrible. That's not really true. At least I hope that it's not true. But either way, what I'm going to be doing is starting a series called the Weekly Comm Wednesdays. The only reason why I'm putting it on Wednesday is because it rhymes, so Weekly Comm Wednesday, it just kind of rolls off the tongue. And in this series, I'm hoping that I make at least more than one episode. I am partial to starting a series and then not getting past it around 3. So the point of this series, and I'm telling myself that I'm not going to upload another one for the fact that if I tell myself I won't, then I probably will. But if I tell myself I will, I probably won't. If that makes any sense. I'm not sure if anyone else is like that, but, you kind of get the gist of it. So the whole reason why I'm making this type of series, first off, I love talk radio. I think I listen to talk radio more than anything out there. I probably listen to it more than TV, or watch it more than TV. I don't even, like, I guess listen would be the, I listen to talk radio more than I watch or listen to TV. There we go. And, it's great. I personally love listening to podcasts and stuff. I'm obviously on one. And it might come to a shock to some people that I actually am on the internet more than I am TV, but, it's either way. I think it's kind of like a positive bond between the two. You either watch TV or you watch the internet. It kind of just depends on, who you are and what generation you're kind of from. So with that, I like sitting in front of the camera. I like talking about esports stuff, and I might translate this to being on on webcams or something like that. But just for right now, I like to chill, just lay back in my chair and just talk about stories in my life, or talk about events, talk about little things here and there that don't necessarily relate to COD related things. Now occasionally they might not, but today I'm going to be talking to you guys about how I basically got my start into YouTube, how I found YouTube, how I found, different stuff like that. The reason why I'm making it commentary only, at least for this first episode, is because I grew up watching Call of Duty commentaries. I think half of my YouTube history is literally watching content creators from like 2010, 2011, 2012, only making Call of Duty commentaries. You never saw them. At least very rarely did you ever see them. And the only thing that they really showed, obviously, was their voice. You didn't know what they looked like unless they made vlogs or happened to do, a video in real life, which wasn't really common back then. Today, we see so many vlogs. Most of the, competitive players that do make videos today usually make vlogs, or very rarely do we see them make, actual, like, not commentaries, but COD related stuff. So back to where we started from. So I really like listening to commentaries. That's why I said, the reason I'm starting this the way it is because I love to just, like I said, just sit back, relax, and just talk about stuff. I love podcasts, like I said, and it gives you a chance to just lay back, surf the internet, watch whatever gameplay I decided to put up. And I was also thinking about making just a podcast, because I'm already on a podcast that sticks, but making one for the fact of me just sitting back, talking about COD stuff, and also like kind of like a radio show. I want to know your guys' opinions on that. If anyone's even watching this video right now, or if you're in this part of the video, let me know down in the comments. Would you guys think that a COD-related, radio show would be interesting? Now, it's not a podcast. It's a one-person show. Basically, I bring on guests every once in a while, and I play music, back and forth. It'd probably be like a morning or a late-night show. It would just be fun. It'd be chill. You can listen to it wherever you are. In school, driving would be my main goal to, to have that. And I think it'd be kind of a cool feature. I'm not really sure how it would work, and I know people have tried it in the past, and they've kind of just, given up on it. But let me know if you guys think that'd be a cool idea. It's something that's not around and has never really been done before that often. So I know I'm literally getting off topic so much. But so how I got into YouTube. So I want to say I was in around the 4th, 5th grade. I know 4th grade and 5th grade for sure. I knew what YouTube was back in like 2008. I think it started in 2006 or 2005. But I knew about it whenever I was in like 4th grade, or grade 4 for those who might not know. Basically like elementary school, at a very young age is when I found out what YouTube really was. And my teacher had actually told us to bring in stuff that we were, kind of like a hobby in a sense, like what we like to do and whatnot. So one of my classmates basically brought in a YouTube video of a stop-motion Lego movie that he made, and it was actually pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, like, I actually go back and watch it occasionally because it was literally like the first video that I ever saw. But yeah, it was like Lego stop motion, and I absolutely loved it. You know, I went home, immediately subscribed, commented on all his videos, and made a fool out of myself on a very old account that I'm never going to reveal to anyone because it's so embarrassing and I forgot the login. Maybe if we reach like a certain amount of subscribers, I might like release that and completely humiliate myself, but we'll see how you know, how it translates later on. But moving forward, so I see his videos, I go to his channel, he has like 10 or 12 videos, and he just has all kinds of cool stuff. So I'm like, this is awesome. I want to do something similar. I didn't really like Legos. I was never a kid who got into like Legos or anything like that. You know, I did play with them, but it wasn't like a big part of my childhood. I absolutely fell in love with like WWE, WWF type of stuff, Raw and SmackDown. I don't watch it anymore, but back in the day, I was an absolute massive fan. Like the you know, the HBKs, the Triple H's, Ric Flair, you know, all those guys, the older guys who don't really wrestle anymore. I was a massive fan of, and I collected WWE action figure things. And I would make stop motion videos, and you know, I actually got a good amount. I think I got like over 100 subscribers, which to me was like insane. I was like, oh my god, I can't believe that I've hit over 100 subscribers. It's not this channel, for those who might be wondering. It's by no means this one. I made quite a few channels in the past, and none of them have really gotten anywhere. But you know, moving forward, I'm like talking about my YouTube history here. So I make a couple of videos. I really enjoy it, and I kind of get into video games. I start playing WWE on the PS2, the PS3, whatever it really was. I think it was probably the PS3 at the time, and I really got into like sports games. I love NBA. For those who don't know, I tweet about NBA all the time, and people probably get really frustrated about it. But I love professional sports. I played basketball for a crazy long time. Played it up till high school and had some offers, but decided to not, you know, go through with it. But I absolutely love basketball. So growing up playing the NBA 2K series, even the live series with my friends for a long time, you know, I absolutely loved it. And there was one day that I was trying to figure out how to make Michael Jordan, because Michael Jordan had never been in an NBA game before. I know this is very, you know, people are like, how am I still watching this? This is very boring. So we're getting to the good part. So I find a tutorial on how to make Michael Jordan. I was like, awesome, sweet, I'm going to do this. And, you know, moving forward, I eventually make him, and then I find, you know, like suggested videos off to the right. So I see the suggested video, and it's like how to get your My Player character, which is like a My Team mode. It's basically like your personalized character up to like 99 speed. So I see that, and I'm like kind of interested already. And I'm like, wow, what is this guy's name? His name is actually Chris Smooth. I believe his name at the time was like Smooth712, something crazy like that, with a bunch of different numbers. For those who know him today, he's known as Chris Smooth. He makes a lot of different videos. And so through his videos, I start, you know, kind of coming across what these really are. And it was like Modern Warfare 2 commentaries like crazy. And like, I play Call of Duty. I kind of know what that game is. I've watched Call of Duty in the past. For those who don't know, kind of like going off branch really quickly, I had been watching Call of Duty competitive since COD 4 with like older family members of mine. Like I'd watched it through friends and stuff, but I never really knew what it was. Like I was always the youngest person like out of everyone, so I had no idea what was going on. But they were watching it on some website, and I was like, what is this? So I've technically been watching Call of Duty competitive since I was like crazy young, before I probably even knew what Call of Duty was. But I've been watching it basically since the beginning, and I watched, I think, Team Fear win. I have very like little glimpses of what it really was. So moving on, I knew what Call of Duty was in the past. I kind of knew what the competitive scene was, but this was me getting introduced to the YouTube scene, which I did not know existed. And keep in mind, like the transition from like those Lego movies that I used to watch, this is about like 3 or 4 years, you know, in the past, or in the future, I guess you could say, the Lego movies between the actual, like, me discovering Call of Duty commentary. So I watched this guy, Chris Smooth, and I just absolutely love his content. Like, this is absolutely awesome. I love, like, his things that he does. He was trolling, but it wasn't really trolling, but it was, like, him being so much better than other people that he would just completely dominate them. He doesn't really make Call of Duty content anymore, but I know he still makes a crazy amount of, like, Madden and NBA 2K16. He basically does all the sports games, and he's, like, one of the most popular at it. I still watch him today, but he's the guy that kind of got me introduced, and that's when I found, like, you know, the T. Martins, the Woody's Gamer Tags, the Wings of Redemption. I used to watch Dunkus all the time, Onslaught. If you can think of anyone who was, you know, an old YouTube guy, I 100% watched him, and I knew his content, and I watched him like crazy. I was, like, literally a fan, like no other. I wouldn't say a fan, but just so passionate about Black Ops 1 and even Modern Warfare 2 that I would just watch these videos over and over and over again. I got so into it that I would literally try to miss school so that I could just keep watching their commentaries over again. And it wasn't necessarily over, like it used to be over gameplay, and then it kind of transitioned to, talking about, topics in life, or, then the YouTubers kind of branched off and started making videos with each other. They formed like little groups. I watched the Painkiller Ready podcast for I don't know how long. I don't watch it anymore, but since I joined competitive, mostly I was kind of in the YouTube scene, not from the beginning, but I had been watching it for a crazy long time, and I never knew that it was, right under me. I never knew that it was actually there. So I'd watch these guys every day, and, even like Gold Glove and Jericho, like the guys who make content today, a lot of the major streamers or YouTubers that are kind of older, like have been in this for a long time, all of them started out making Call of Duty content. Like I said, the Gold Gloves, the Syndicates, the Jerichos, the Cnanners, the Sarks, the Hutches. People probably don't know, probably too many people don't know who Hutch is. And watching like, the Sandy Ravages and the old people who don't make content anymore, it's really sad, but there was just so much life in the YouTube community back then. We had to fight to get a gaming section on YouTube, which I didn't even know how big of a deal that was until now. But now YouTube has its own section for gaming. It's just crazy how things have transformed, especially over the last 3 years. It's been absolutely like insane, and I go back and watch these videos every once in a while. I'll go on, since I don't know my old login account, I'll just go to my old account and then go to like the likes and the videos that I used to watch and stuff. And it's just insane how the YouTube community has grown and how it's kind of transitioned. People will say Call of Duty community is dead today. It's not true. It's just how we've transitioned is that if you watch Call of Duty on YouTube, most likely you are a competitive fan or you watch other stuff along with Call of Duty. Back then, like I said, the YouTube community around gaming was primarily Call of Duty. It literally like kind of set the trend for every other game that is on YouTube today. And that's no lie. Like there were other games going on, but the main game, the main forefront for getting a gaming section on YouTube, all these people who were making content at the time was COD, was all those younger guys who were coming home from college or high school every day and making commentaries, and they would just make great content. I don't know what it was about the Call of Duty commentary back in the day, but it was just insane. And that's kind of how I got introduced to it, from Lego stop motion videos in like, 5th grade to, being a sophomore in high school and being involved in esports, which I would have never imagined that Call of Duty would have had that bind, not really bind, because I think bind's kind of a negative word. When I first got introduced to Call of Duty, it was actually like in Call of Duty 2, Big Red 1. It was on the PC. I played that with my dad. And I've kind of transitioned forward, but kind of getting into Call of Duty and playing it consistently, which was probably in Modern Warfare 2 or Black Ops 1 when I started playing it like crazy, like probably a lot of people do in, Black Ops 2 and Ghost and Advanced Warfare today. I would have never imagined that I would be in a community like this today. By no means do I consider myself like a major person in the community, but being here, it's crazy how things kind of transition on and how things work out and stuff, but I'm going to kind of cut it there. I think we've kind of talked long enough. I do have a lot of other stuff that I want to talk about, whether it is YouTube or gaming, but it does have a strong part of my life, and I would love to see people, come back and, see commentaries and see people just who were popular on YouTube in the past come back, because, it's always sad, and that old saying is, everything good must come to an end, and unfortunately it seems like that's kind of how what has happened with the YouTube Call of Duty scene back in the day. Obviously, content changes every year. We see a bunch of different stuff. Vlogs are the most popular thing going on right now for the most part, and we'll see it even transition on later moving forward. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's probably mostly audio. Most of you probably didn't watch the gameplay or haven't even probably made it to this point, but I do appreciate all of your guys' support. Let me know if you guys want to see anything else like this, and we might make this a weekly thing. I hope we do. The weekly Comm Wednesdays might become a major thing on the channel. We might do it weekly or something like that. Well, it's in the name, so we should do it weekly. Either way, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to leave a like and let me know down in the comments if you guys want to see this series continue on and how you guys want to see it done. So guys, I will see you all later. Have a great day, and like I said, more content to come soon. I'm going to be making esports content like crazy, especially with Black Ops 3 getting ready to come out. So I'll see you guys later. Have a great day, and until next time, peace.